Hi. So, hello to all of you, to you in the Melanin Medicine Motherhood Facebook group. Hi, it's Omolara. We're here for day 13 of our Own Your Power Challenge, letting go of the need for certainty. And to you guys who are on Instagram, I decided today I would do something different. Hey, NECA. Hey, CQC Talk Show. Today we're going to be talking about letting go of the need for certainty. And I decided to talk about this even though maybe this is not an issue for all of you. It's an issue. It's been an issue for me. And so I wanted to introduce myself because I said, today's the weekend. Let me not just give all the goods today to our wonderful group that is in our Own Your Power Challenge. Even though they've had already 12 days of amazingness, I said, let me do it a little differently just for today and let my IG people, my family and Instagram also get a little bit of this love. So, hi, Natural Quiche. So today, and for those of you that don't know anything about me, my name is Omolara Thomas Medema. I'm a board certified physician, pediatrician, and I am also the CEO and founder of Melanin Medicine Motherhood, which is basically a company that has really fought for thinking about how do we hold Black women in a space, in a freedom space that allows for them to thrive, and particularly understanding that although we increase in terms of income and education, our stress, our morbidity, our mortality does not decrease as it does with every other group. And so really taking a concerted effort to think about what are the ways that we can improve our self-development. Hi, Dr. Cox. And what are the ways that we can start to really own our power? And so just so all of you who know, I have a membership community, which we have Black women in medicine and academia who basically we go in there and it's our safe space away from the white gaze. And it's just a fun time. So hi, Vuki. And so all this month and all year, we're going to be talking about taking back control of our lives. And so in the podcast, in our challenges, in our workshops, that's going to be the main theme. And for starting this year, we're doing Owning Your Power, the 28-day challenge. And so those who have already registered, which is in the IG link in my bio, who have already registered, they've already gotten 12 days of, I think, amazing. I've also gotten feedback that it is great information on what are the things each day that we can be doing, a new tip, a new trick that we can be doing to really step into our most powerful selves and show 2021 who's boss and not like sit in that defeatist space that 2020 had most of us in. So today we're going to be talking about day 13 is letting go of the need for certainty. And if you don't know me, you know that you should have a pen and you should also have a paper. Hey, Vuki, how are you? And so we're going to be talking about what is it that potentially always keeps us small when we're waiting for things to be uncertain. So I'm going to give you one quote that I think sticks with me really interestingly. If you worry about, and I'm always looking down here because I usually have my notes. I'm a teacher pretty much. I feel like that's my strength. So I always want to have notes and make sure that anytime I come on, I'm really giving value the same way I do in the membership community, the same way I do when we do our coaching. So if you worry about what might be and wonder about what might have been, you will always miss what is. And so when I think about that, I really think about how many of us are sitting in a space where we're worrying about what's going to happen, or we're thinking about, what could happen and why didn't that happen, instead of sitting and really looking at our circumstances and saying, how can I do things differently to make it happen? And so one of the things that is really interesting is that as little Black girls, right, we didn't have all of those worries, okay? It was literally socialized into us. We pushed ourselves to this space now where we have to know things for sure in order to make ourselves open for joy and happiness, okay? If you guys are in the Facebook group, let me know and say hi, #live. So one of the things, just so you guys know who are Instagram, one of the benefits of being in the group with us is that we do giveaways every Friday and they get it from engaging engaging, from saying hi, from saying hashtag live or hashtag replay. And we also have homeworks to really apply what we're talking about. So just so you guys know why we're doing it in a specific group. So one of the things that I think is going to be important is there is something that I learned. Let me give you a story. So my friend told me, right, the way that she learned how to swim, okay? And the way she learned how to swim was that her older brother pushed her into the pool, okay? I'm not advocating for this, but her older brother pushed her into the pool and then was like basically just showing her different things of how to, because she wouldn't go in, how to tread water, how to do all of those things. And what she said was really something that stuck with me, was that clarity and confidence comes with action. It doesn't come with sitting and thinking about it and saying, am I really, really sure that I should make this step? Am I really, really sure that I should move into this space? Am I really, really sure that I should leave this thing? So often, because so many other people have not believed, have not trusted Black women, have put all of these things, it is scary to me that even though we hashtag believe Black women, hi Tanya, we hashtag, trust Black women, that we ourselves have difficulty thinking and saying, trusting ourselves and trusting our knowing and intuition. That's actually going to be tomorrow's. Yes, Camila, clarity does come with action. And let me know if any of this is resonating with you. But, we're going to be talking about trusting your knowing and intuition and how to really do that and get into that space. But one of the things I also think about is the fact that there is so much that we have to offer, because once you step into your space that you decide to do encourage, right, and not have to be certain about the outcome, we realize when looking back, we're like, why did I waste all that time? Why did I waste all that energy? Hi Danielle, hashtag live. And why could have, if I stayed in that space, I could have missed out on this blessing. So those of you who have stepped into something new, who have shifted into something and are looking back, do you think about the fact that many times there was a lot of hemming and hawing, a lot of energy, a lot of pouring out energy, telling the story and the idea to all these other people when you knew that you needed to just do it? And so I wonder about that, because in all of that pouring and draining and telling people and asking and all of that, it takes away the energy that some of us actually don't do the damn thing anymore. We're like so tired of letting everyone know about what we're going to do and what we're hoping to do and what we'd like to do, but all of the excuses that at some point we don't end up doing it. And it's only the rare few of us who really say, okay, I'm just going to do this, right? If we think about iPhone 1, right? If iPhone 1 waited until it was iPhone 12, where would we be? No, the clarity to say, oh, this is the tweak that I need to make. Oh, this is the tweak that I need to make, came with each iPhone, right? And all of you are benefiting from it today. And so if you think about the fact that if iPhone waited 12 years, and you think about the lack of what they were not allowing the people who needed it to get, I hope that puts a kick in your butt for all of you who are sitting on something that you're waiting to be uncertain. So I have 5 things that I want you to think about, which is remind, which is refuse, release, recognize, and reward. So any of you who know me, who are in our membership community, who are in coaching with me, you know that I love alliteration. So I will find a letter to put all of the instructions and things together. So today is R. But let me see. Okay, Mr. Sayana said, yes, discretion has been key to buckling down and focusing my energy on a lot of my goals in 2020. It's true. And so one of the things that I want you to think about is, first of all, remind yourself that uncertainty is certain. Okay. So one of the things that we do, and especially at those of us who are in medicine and academia, my programming and my core work is really about supporting those who are essential frontline workers, right? Those who are in medicine, those who are academia, the Black women who are pouring out, just like so many who are pouring out, so many Black women, all of themselves, but also have this reach and this like innately in their jobs, they have to carry so many people. And so really making sure we're strengthening each other, but understanding that uncertainty is certain, right? The things that you don't know, you will never have control of that. And so rather than kind of sitting and mulling over it, not saying that you shouldn't get information and be informed, but a lot of times those of us are really in analysis paralysis, right? Danielle, Camila, pregnancy. Hey, Delia, Tanya, Neka, let me know, Buki, if any of this is connecting with you. The second thing that I want you to think about as well is that we must refuse to wait and instead create. So refuse to wait and instead create. So we have to sit, the way that I even moved into this business and this idea as someone who was like, I will never, ever do a business on my own. That is so risky. I will just say, I want my salary and my benefits, and that is that, right? For those of us who are in that place, for me, to sit here and be a full-time entrepreneur is mind-boggling. But one thing that happened to me was really thinking about who are the people that are waiting for this to happen, and so that they can have this gift that I've been given. And all of us have been given a gift that either we're releasing or we're hoarding. Okay? We're either doing one or the other. And some of us are sitting in our excellence, hi Mocha Doc MD, and we're not sitting in our genius. We're sitting in the thing that we've learned to do, that we, everyone says we're good at, but not the thing that we know that we're born to do. And so what I ask for you all is when you recognize that there is something for you, I love it, Dr. Cox. When you recognize that there is something inside of you, that gift inside of you is not meant to stay there, but it is a gift. It is meant to be given. Okay. And so when we recognize that, we must refuse to wait, because I knew that once I recognized this, I knew that there were Black women in medicine and academia who were waiting for a community like Empowered, who were waiting to have a coaching program and like Change Makers, who were waiting for the Change Makers Academy and all of these things, right? But I had to recognize that I couldn't wait until it was perfect, until I was sure that this would thrive, until I was sure that I would leave my job and know that I would be secure. I had to trust in the fact that if I've been given this gift, then I have to put it out, get information from people as they consume it, and tweak it to make it its best, most beautiful, and most powerful self. And that's what we have to do with ourselves. We have to move forward. And then when we are moving, we're getting clarity on how do I show up in my best, most beautiful, most powerful, most authentic selves. And too often we stay small, we stay little, we stay, yes, I'm glad you're live, Mocha Doc. We stay little, we stay small because we are so scared of uncertainty. Although we know we cannot control everything. The third thing I like to say is release the attachment. So we talked about reminding yourself uncertainty is certain, just so you can write it down, refusing to wait and instead create, and then releasing your attachment. Earlier this week in our private group where we're doing our Own Your Power Challenge, the 28-day challenge that for those of you who just came on, we talked about recognizing you are enough earlier this week. And that is extremely important because we can't release attachments when we think that thing is the reason why we're valuable. When we think that the house we have, that job, that title as physician, whatever it is the reason why we're valuable, instead of understanding that the space that we're in, who we are as people, who we are as Black women, who we are in terms of just being brought to this earth with a gift, right? Who we are as staying alive in 2020 and recognizing that almost 400,000 people have died. So if there's a reason why you are on this earth right now, you need to do it, because I take the fact that if I survived in something like that, where 1.5 million people around the world have died, then there must be a reason I am here, and I am going to do my darndest to either figure it out, or to, if I know it already, to actually move into that space. So remembering, when we know that we're valuable, when we know that we are enough, then we can release our attachment and say, the house is cool. I love it. I want to keep it. I'm going to think about some things that I can do differently to do that. But it is not the end all be all. And I recognized when I was hospitalized, which is the turning point for me, a physical health challenge. And so many of us as Black women, it takes so much, like a mental health or a physical health challenge, for us to recognize how worthy we are and how valuable we are in ourselves. But when I sat there and they took my work away and distributed it to like 5 different people, which tells you how much work I was doing, then I recognized that I couldn't even define who I was separate from the work. I couldn't see my value outside of it. And that is where we start to now be so scared of uncertainty, because we are or we're not able to release ourselves from, what if that thing goes away? Does that mean that my life, my value is gone? No, it may mean that there is something, right? When people say closing a door, you see an open window. But a lot of times we're so focused on that door, we never even see the window. And we never even realize our blessing is actually at the window and not at the door. Okay? And so that is extremely important to recognize. Let me know if any of this is resonating with any of you who are watching, because it's hard to talk to yourself, and I need to get feedback, and let me know if it's connecting. The 4th thing is, I want you to think about recognizing what is constant. And a lot of times what is constant is going to be what is in you. And so one thing that I usually say is thinking about, what are my strengths? So one of the things, like Dr. Neka, I don't know if she's still on, but when she was in my empowered program in our coaching, and we really talk a lot about strengths assessments, and we really talk a lot about zone of genius. And why that's important is because we need to recognize what is constant. So when everything is going crazy, I know that I'm a learner. So I know that I'm someone who can learn. I'm someone who can also learn it quickly and then teach it in a way that makes sense. And I know if you know what those are, because then those will always be constant for you and always will be able to guide you out of the valley. And also recognizing what is constant in the fact that we do go through valleys, but recognizing that we constantly are able to get out of those. And so what is it that's constantly there that to help you get out of that? A lot of times for some of us, for me, I know it's just reading and getting the information to help me. For some of us, it may be creative expression. For some of us, it may be physical activity. Whatever it is, we know that there are some constant things. Our values, our strengths, and our resilience are always constant and always can get us out of places where we feel, oh my gosh, am I going to do it? It's uncertain. I'm not sure what the outcome is going to be. But know that there's constantly that you always are going to be a person who can get out of difficult challenges. Danielle said, yes, I believe we are all here for a reason. Thanks for the reminder. You're welcome. And the 5th thing that I want to say is rewarding imperfection. So just to do a recap, reminding yourself that uncertainty is certain, refusing to wait and instead create, releasing your attachments, right? And recognizing you are enough. Recognizing what is constant in your strengths, your values, and your resilience. And number 5 is rewarding imperfection. Okay, so celebrating. So one of the things that I like to talk about is, at the end of the day, have you celebrated? Have you celebrated what you got accomplished? Even if you didn't do everything on your to-do list, did you celebrate? Did you recognize what went well today? What was challenging? Yes. But what did you learn? And recognizing that imperfection it's a testimony that allows for other imperfect people to stand in their imperfection as well when we do so. So me sitting here imperfectly, I don't think I'm the most eloquent speaker. I don't know if I am like the end all be all, right? But to stand here imperfectly and to sit here, I know that there's one or two people who I think will benefit from the word that I have to give, just because I give it the way I give it, imperfectly, in my own way. And I think for all of us, we have to recognize it's not about chasing what it is that we think people want. It's about chasing what it is that we were born to do, because the world needs more people who are doing what they're born to do. That's what people need. And that's ultimately what people will want, right? You in your most authentic, most powerful self. So 28 days is a really important thing I want you to think about. That January, the way you start is going to be the way you do things is the way you do things. And so for those of you who have already signed up for the Own Your Power Challenge, the one thing that we're doing right now is recognizing that, I don't know what it is, but what if this, listen, we're going for, right, releasing uncertainty and recognizing certainty. Releasing certainty and recognizing uncertainty, right? And sitting in that and letting go of the need for certainty. So Mocha Doc MD says, yes, I also think that the busyness of corporate medicine prevents us from sitting still for long enough to hear that something different is possible. So our gifts are on the shelf. Girl, you speaking my language. You are speaking my language. There is a desire, actually, I think, for people who are in leadership in corporate, who have us as employees, to hope and pray to God that our blinders are like this, that we don't see what's on the other side of there. Because if we did, we'd be like, wait, why am I here again? And I remember as I started like learning about this, as I was still in my job, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, financial this, and I could do this too for a business. And this is how I should be addressing the issues going on in my family. They want us to be like this. We are extremely pigeonholed, Camila. And I think that it's really important for us to understand that when we truly show up in the way that we were God given to do, it is scary. It is scary. No, and it's a reason why they're like, please be, please let's devalue you as a Black woman, and let's say that you being angry or you being emotional, let's say that is not a good thing. So that we make sure that when we're feeling angry, when we're feeling emotional, when we're feeling upset about something, we don't vocalize it, because we think that that's going to protect us. We think that that's going to allow us to stay okay and under the radar, not knowing that what it's doing is actually allowing for the oppressor to continue to limit our options, continue to have us self-limit what we actually are capable of doing. Mocha Doc says, bye-bye blinders. I love it. So I want you to let me know in the chat, because I know we don't got much time and I don't stay on long. But I want all of you to definitely register. Okay. After this, I want you to go to the bio and just come in. It's a free challenge. You don't have to do anything. It's absolutely awesome, and you just have to show up, and you can watch the replays as well. But it's a great group that has the homeworks in there, and so you can take a look at that. And so that is number one. Number two is, if any of this is resonating with you and you're just like, I have so much in my head right now that I don't even know where to start. So there are two options. One is definitely to join our Empower community. That link is in there, and we have memberships all the way from students to residents to fellows, and even to our those of us who are already practicing as academics, as medicine. You can see I'm getting infiltrated. And then the third thing I want you to think about is maybe there's an opportunity for you to really want to talk one-on-one with me. And we can do that through a discovery call, okay? And so a discovery call is really where I get to learn more about what it is that you want, what's the challenges in your way, and what are you facing. So as you can see, I'm going to like make this sunset because you can see who's here. All right. and this is what I mean by doing things imperfectly, okay? Because I want you to realize that I'm building a company, building an entrepreneurship so that I do have time with her and I do have the ability to be able to not say, hey, I can't work with you now. I'm doing this work. But I want you to all know that I'm dealing with the same issues. I'm a mom of two, and Mocha Doc MD says the 28-day challenge has blessed me tremendously. Thank you. And we haven't even finished. We're only halfway there. So super excited. And I'm going to do this tomorrow, I think, on both settings. But on Monday, it's only going to be our private group. But tomorrow, I think I'll do it again, just because I want to make sure as many of you are coming over to the private group and really getting blessed. We drop in homework as well so that you can take all of this that you've learned and start to think about how do I need to apply it practically to my life, okay? So love you all. And Dr. Cox says, hello, princess. Okay. All right, Idara. Okay. Okay, so I will see you all later, and take care of yourselves. And remember the 5 things: reminding yourself uncertainty is certain, refusing to wait, releasing your attachment, recognizing what is constant, your strengths, your values, and rewarding imperfection. Okay? So now she's going when I'm leaving, right? When I'm finishing this up. All right. Okay. Bye, everyone. Take care. And definitely hop on the links. Oh, Danielle asked, where do you find the replays? So the replays are actually in our private group in the units section. So if you look at units at the top, you'll actually be able to see all of our replays. One thing to note as well, Danielle, and everyone who's watching, is that the group where we're doing it, it's just for the challenge. And after that, we actually take away all of those replays and put it into our Empower community for our members who really have decided that they want to invest in their personal growth and development. So we truly advise for you, if you haven't joined the membership community, which is pretty low price, it's less than $7 a day, right? To be a part of the membership community, which I think is really cool, and much less even for students and trainees. But if you are feeling like this might be something you want to go back to throughout the year and really hit on each of these as well, then you can definitely do that inside of the Empower community. February 1st, we'll be removing these sessions off of our private group where we're housing the challenge, okay? So take care, everyone. Love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. It made it more entertaining. See, it made it more entertaining.